Full moon blessings to you. I hope you're doing really, really well. So I did just do a live ritual for my subscribers on TikTok. But I just wanted to also do a little bit of what this full moon may be bringing up for you. So if this resonates with you, do let me know. We can do more work around it. Full moon energy is usually in 3 days. So we have the day before the full moon, which is today, and then the day after. So you'll still be in that energy tomorrow. And full moons are usually around release. This particular moon to me is the awakening moon. So it's basically where everything's starting to wake up. Your energy's starting to wake up. And what happened in the ritual that I just did, it came up about bringing forward your wild side. So it's like an authentic wild version of you that you're trying to bring forward. So for some of you, it may be that you've started to, it's been illuminated to you recently that you might be wearing different hats in different circumstances. So with family, you might come across in one certain way, with friends in another way, and you're finding it difficult to just be who you authentically feel you are with certain groups of people. So it might be that, like, I don't know, your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad or whoever in your life that has known you most of your life, they may be seeing you changing now or becoming different because you are being authentic to you, but they don't recognize it because they know a different version of you. And you kind of have to train people to understand the new version of yourself. And for some, it can be difficult, and you can squash that part of you because you feel like you need to just conform or fit in or be who other people need you to be. But for many of you, I feel like you don't want to any longer be that version of what you feel you should be, and you're breaking the mold. And I feel like some people in your life, they're not liking that. So what? They're not liking that, but they will get over it. Okay, this is about you not squashing that side of yourself, that essence in you, just to be what you feel everybody needs you to be. That was you then, it's not you now. And you have to retrain everybody, including yourself sometimes. So let's get into these cards and see, what is this full moon for this particular collective coming up? What is it? What is the obstacle? You know, what is the barrier? What is this that you need to shed the skin of or release at this time? We have abused. So that looks like a pyramid there, doesn't it? It looks like the pyramids of Giza or something, or Egypt. Now I'm seeing the cracks in here. So it's almost like you feel that maybe people look at you or bring up a lot about your past or bring up a lot about the things that you've been through. And maybe for you, you've made peace with that. Maybe for you, you're like, well, you know, what I've been through makes me who I am. You know, I know what I've been through. I don't have to be reminded about it all of the time. You're not seeing yourself as this anymore. But there may be some people in your life that are still kind of working on that, or they won't let go of the past with you, or they won't let go of something that they feel is this version of you. But you're moving on from that. So that is what you need to release, is this, just what people think or feel about you, what they know about you from the past, okay? Because you know the version of you now is you, not what you were in the past or where you were in the past. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters but this moment right now. And that is the version of you that is you. So let's get into the runes and see what we have. So for some of you, you are communicating differently. You may be thinking more about how you communicate or the language that you use. You may be very focused on not allowing yourself to be affected or triggered by things that people say, to try and keep hold of a version of you that they know and are comfortable with. So I feel like for some of you, you're being very clever with your communication, with the way that you communicate and the language that you use. When I say clever, I mean you are being more observant. So you're listening harder before you actually start speaking, whereas maybe in the past you would have perhaps just spoken, not really thinking about it, and then tried to backtrack. You're being very smart with your words, and you're trying to align your words with your actions more and more as well. You're trying to be very authentic in that alignment of, like, you know, this may be hard for this person to hear or in this situation, but this is the truth of how I feel, and my words are going to align with my actions on it. and that is actually bringing you into a flow. But it could also be a bit of an emotional time for you as well, because for some of you, you know this authentic self that you're bringing through, but there's some obstacles, there's some blocks in the way of it that is making you feel like you haven't got this flow that you would really like. So there's something in the way there. Now with Bacano, this is kind of suggesting that maybe what is in the way is you have to really believe this about yourself. You've got to nurture this version of yourself that you are bringing forward. Nobody else is going to do that for you. Only you can do that for yourself. And there is this rebirth of you coming through. It's like, you know, today could be your new birthday kind of thing. A new version of you that maybe only awakened today. But something around this full moon has sparked an energy of you where you're like, I know who I want to be. And I'm only ever going to bring that version of myself forward now. And this is your rebirth. This is your new beginning. It's here. All you have to do is keep aligning your words and your actions with what it is that you want. If your words and your actions aren't aligning, you're not communicating authentically what you're feeling, what you're thinking, then you're going to create this block to your flow. And that's what this full moon is bringing up, is you need to allow yourself to be fully truthful, fully communicative, fully embracing that version of you that is authentic. Let's just pick some tarot cards on this for you for a moment. Yeah, for some of you, you aren't believing in yourself enough at this time. Like you're kind of still having your doubts, or you feel like, it's almost like you feel people are looking at you and thinking like, well, who do they think they are? Like, they're not a superstar. Who do they think they are? And they're acting like a celebrity or something. It's that kind of energy of like, don't allow those thoughts of others, especially people who don't seem to be making any changes in their lives, or don't, you know, are very critical of others, but never really step out the box themselves. So be very cautious about who things come from and how you let them affect you, because you have an opportunity to be the emperor in your own life. You have the opportunity to take that throne, to take charge, and you've got your shield there ready if you need it. Doesn't mean you have to defend with it constantly, but it's there if you need it. And this is about you defending yourself, honouring yourself, knowing your worth. But you can only do that if you are truly honouring and aligning your words and your actions. And we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is interesting because I had the 8 of Pentacles in the last reading that I did on TikTok. And this is about you kind of taking what you know of yourself, really embracing the shadow aspects of yourself that you've rejected before. And now you're honouring them. And it feels like the more you do that, the more you're going to be aligning with other people who are resonating at that same vibration as you. You're actually starting to really root down into something that can grow in fertile soil, that can bring plenty of abundance. But you have to keep doing that. And this full moon is going to bring up lots of challenges for you to test that, to test that you know your worth, to test that you do honour and respect this version of yourself that's coming through. We've got the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. So for some of you, you might be squashing or suppressing this version of yourself due to material things. Maybe you feel that to fully, truly embrace who you are, it's going to mean losing your job or a lack of financial stability, something like that. But actually, the wealth it's going to bring is way more than you realise. I feel like you're thinking quite blinkered right now. And this is an opportunity for you to step out of that box a little bit. Now, if you would like to do more around this full moon energy, if you want to know more about this and this has resonated with you, then please do get in touch for a personalised reading or a healing session, and we can look into this in more detail for you. It's very exciting, and I'm so grateful for you watching this video. Full moon blessings, blessed be.